What it do? Welcome to the Kimi Podcast, man. I'm your host, B.
And I'm Q the Don.
Q. How was your week, man? I know you looking at me like, man, what you got going on, man?
You threw me for the, I'm like, oh, man, what you about to say? My week, let's see. My week was pretty steady. Same old, really. How about yourself?
Same old?
Yeah, how about yourself?
Man, boy, listen, man. I'm really kind of on high though with my my brother graduated from Tech.
Oh, that's what's up, bro.
Yeah, my middle
Shout out
brother,
to him.
man. Yeah, hey, shout out to you, CC. What it do, man? He man, just and just hearing the story, man. Just I kind of seen him through the progress, but you know he spoke on it a little bit last night about like how he was gonna quit. And you know what I'm saying, he ended up, finishing it. So, kudos to him though. I ain't even gonna fake.
Yeah, man, that's big time, especially being a black male, because they don't expect for us to do anything besides be a statistic. Yeah. So definitely shout out to him for that.
One of the hardest thing is people don't ever, taking to contacts is working and going to school, man. Mm-hmm. Like, that's one of the toughest things, for anybody to do that. So, I just want to salute him for that, man.
Man, shout out to you for that, bro.
Hey, but, there's a lot of stuff been going on and just around the world, man, with politics and you see some of the things that they trying to take away the black votes.
Yeah, man, that redlining, man.
Redlining, segregating, you know what I'm saying?
And it's actually passing it's passed. A lot of states are doing it, and the Supreme Court upholding a lot of that stuff, man.
It is. I know they did it in Louisiana.
Yeah.
Man, listen, and that made me think about like some of the laws that they be passing that sometimes we miss. Sometimes, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Some stuff they be passing laws, man. Sometimes you don't really know about because you just really in the grind or just working throughout life.
Mm-hmm. And then we distracted a lot too. Social media keeps us distracted from stuff that really goes on. Just like anytime a law is passed, we act like a law is just a one-page thing.
Yep. Anytime
a law is passed, it's pages and pages of stuff. So like I think we could do a better service to ourselves of actually being inclined with the law, because a lot of times in our community, the only time people really study law is when they jammed up. So when I get jammed up, then I want to go to all the law libraries and figure out the laws.
I ain't lying, become a lawyer.
Yeah,
become a lawyer overnight.
One of the biggest laws that to me is very questionable and what's murky about is self-defense, the self-defense law.
Right.
Like I think that right there has a lot of moving parts to it.
Speaking of self-defense, I think, Yusef gonna play a video. Well, you gonna
Yeah. I got you.
You got it, yeah.
Yeah, I got it up. Mm-hmm. Put the right thing.
But
I'm sorry about that. I'm gonna edit that out.
you good, man. Yeah, you good.
Here you go. Nice old guy stands around. He's talking trash, pulls his gun out his waistband. The dude he was beefing with outside walks up. And then the police officer, I think it is, in the corner, starts shooting. Just pulls on him, starts shooting. Guy in the red runs out. Cop chases after him. And really, before the show, Q, you put me on, because I didn't know that was a police officer. I just thought it was initially when I watched it, I just thought it was a random white dude that was just in the store.
Yeah.
Like chilling.
It was just undercover.
Chilling. Yeah, I just thought he was a random white dude just chilling. And then it was like, he pulled it out. Like, I didn't even know where that was going.
Yeah.
Like, the first time I saw it, I saw it from the outside. They was him and the dude in the hat was, well, he was aggressive with the dude in the hat. The dude in the hat wasn't really, he's like, man, he even went up in the store, was like, hey man, I don't even know like what you really on.
Yeah, and the dude, the guy in the red was like, first off, condolences to his family. No matter what the situation was, it's always tough to lose a life. But we're just speaking about what we saw in the video. And for me, it led to a bigger dialogue. And I'm looking at the video, I'm like, for one, for that to be an off-duty officer, he's a horrible shot. Like
For him to be
there's
an
no
officer,
way.
yeah,
There's no way possible that you're within
10 feet, less than that.
probably 5 feet,
Yeah,
bro.
5 feet.
5 feet, and it take that many shots. Now, the other part is they say the gun was fake. But I don't know if I believe that, because when the guy in the red actually got out of the store, it looked as though he was about to plant his feet and maybe try to shoot back. Maybe that could be my imagination, but that's what I viewed from it.
Right.
So I felt like low-key, the force that was used by the cop was excessive. I'm just being honest. He had it right.
Multiple shots.
Yeah, and then to chase him out the store and continue to shoot. Like, I feel like if he was a regular citizen.
Oh, wait. No. You got to run it back. When you run it back, I don't know if y'all can look at it on real quick on your phone.
Yeah.
If you look closely,
it looked like he was about to return fire, right?
No, I'm gonna tell you what it looked like.
Okay, let me go look at it.
I'm gonna say what it looked like and then look at it. Because when he runs out, you're gonna see he's talking trash. He about to hit the door. Pops come. He throws the gun out his hand. And it looks like he turns to go back and get it. But as soon as he plants his feet, you look at the little black thing in his hand. Like, look at it. As soon as he goes through the door.
Okay, let me see. Yeah, I'm looking at it now.
Okay. When he goes through the door, you're going to see something black. The black piece go out his hand. I'm enlarging it.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, he threw that. He threw the gun.
He threw it, yeah.
He threw it out his hand.
Oh.
That's what he stopped.
Yeah.
I didn't see that.
I just noticed it.
I didn't see that.
And I enlarged it for the viewers. Watch, I'm gonna play it zoomed all the way in.
He definitely threw the. But man, I'm gonna tell you, even after that, it looked like he was about to try to turn around. Maybe he was just in shock or something.
No, I think he turned around to see if they were still shooting at him. Like,
because I thought he had the gun the whole time until you just said that. Like, yo, that's crazy. That's crazy.
Now he was like, oh, and he just threw it. Like,
so the gun probably was fake, because before I was taking it from the stance of the gun was real. I know they said it was fake.
Yeah.
But I still thought it was real, even after they said that, until just now, where it looked like he tossed the gun with his right hand. So, but my thing was with the cop. I'm not saying he was wrong for the initial shots, but could it be said that that was a little excessive force by chasing the guy outside and shooting him down like he did? Because the threat was kind of over with once the guy threw the gun.
Well, I don't think
was it eliminated?
No. Go watch. If you watch it again, he didn't see him drop the gun.
Yeah, he did.
He was still trying to shoot him.
Let me see.
I'm gonna put it on the screen for the viewers. He was still trying to shoot him.
But for I guess to be a cop, they supposed to eliminate the threat, ain't it?
That's the part that I was gonna bring up.
Yeah.
He was in a position where he could have tried to maneuver his way to de-escalate the situation.
Mm-hmm.
And that was kind of my take on it, as I felt like he should have more so de-escalated the situation, identify himself as a police officer. If he would, that's the part that I think, I don't know if the guy turns the gun on him, if he takes his badge and goes, hey, police.
Could that have stopped? Yeah. I didn't even think about it from that perspective.
Because he just shot without identifying who he is. Because
if you watch that video, the guy with the hat on, the white guy was actually saying something. He held his hand up like that to kind of like stop him from talking. If you notice in the video, he was actually saying something. I don't know if he was identifying himself as a cop.
But look at the reaction of the dude in the red. Like the dude in the red, if you listen to the video, the dude in the red keep telling him, man, you don't know me, dog. I'm really like that. I'm really like that. That's all he keeps saying.
You want to die tonight?
Yeah, you want to die tonight?
Yeah.
I'm really like that. I'm really like that. So in two instances, I kind of understand both sides, because on one, if I'm the cop, I'm in fear for my life because he already has his gun drawn.
Yeah.
So I'm already in defense mode. And if I can get the drop on him, I'm gonna get the drop, because I could always say, regardless as to what it is, this dude drew his weapon first.
Yeah.
And I was acting in the best interest of everybody.
What's he gonna get off though for that? You know?
He was no charges filed.
Yeah, no charges.
No charges filed. They said it. I guess they did internal affairs. They looked at it and said he was legit in what he did.
It was a good shoot.
And then also too, they were, to give y'all a little context about the video, they were actually doing a sting on that story. And there was another officer outside who saw the encounter and also shot the man in the red. So that's just a little backdrop of it. But
I can see the excessiveness.
yeah,
what you were
I thought it was
saying,
kind of
and then
excessive. I thought it was a
much
little excessive.
Like excessiveness to like how the cop had kind of handled the whole situation. But from my understanding is I believe I would want the police to eliminate the threat. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, I respect that.
Because I guess it'd be a little different. You know what I'm saying? I think it would have been a little different if it was a white male that pulled a gun out. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
I truly believe he would have probably went to de-escalating the situation.
Yeah.
Now I'm just
agree.
saying, I'm just hearsay, just being hypothetical. I just truly believe if it was a white male, he would have did his best to eliminate the threat, which goes back to how, you know what I'm saying, other races see us as black men. Just my opinion, like they automatically look at us as a menace to society. You know what I'm saying? Because even though we don't even know, the way I kind of look at the video, I'm looking at it like, man, this man must be got some type of mental thing going on, man. He's starting with that old guy. Like,
Because
I don't know the context
and
behind
I agree.
it.
Like, and I'm looking at it, I'm like, yo, this is really happening in real time. That you were now the gun is supposedly fake. They're saying it was a fake gun, but I'm like, to really do that like in real time, like, bro, what are you thinking?
And yeah, all red.
And that's the thing. Like the thing about it was like the dude, he really was on some chill. Like I ain't got no problem with you.
Right. Like, and it felt like the dude in the red was like kind of like being like very overly aggressive and wanted somebody to be like scared of him or something.
That's what it gave. So it gave, and then by his reaction to the gunshots, like his reaction to the gunshot, let's say the gun was real. I don't know, no dude got a gun and got somebody shooting at them, at least they gonna get at least to a point. Once he turned that corner, he'd have planned it and turned around and he would have just fired back. Or dude didn't even put even dudes that be fleeing would at least put it up.
They're gonna at least turn around and
up.
shoot behind them. Like, yeah, so I'm guessing the gun may have been fake.
Because he tossed that thing so quick.
Yeah, and that was the first time I saw that when you mentioned that.
I ain't never seen no grown man carry no fake gun, bro.
That's hard to believe, bro.
But
That's
think
very hard to believe.
No. I'm gonna tell you why it ain't hard to believe. If you just in a vacuum, we just see in this video, his actions give punk ass.
Yeah.
Why is the first thing you going to, you don't know me like that, is to pull your gun? Initially, ain't nobody being aggressive. At this point, you just putting on a show.
Like, but to me, it don't give punk ass. It gives it gives like too much bravado.
No,
but like
because as soon as stuff started, as soon as it got like that, he ran and threw the gun.
Yeah, that's once the shot started going off. But like,
but why are you throwing the gun?
My initial viewpoint of it, I'm like, yo, this dude must got a rep around here. Like he must have a reputation. Like he must be like they say like that. So I'm like, okay, like I'm not expecting for one it to even go south like that. Then for two, I'm definitely not expecting it. After I watched it, after you just mentioned it, bro, you really threw the gun. Like you really, that right there is crazy.
And then
to me
the old guy, man, the OG, he was just like, man, listen, this ain't the first time anybody else put a gun out on me, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, and he wasn't even really about to smoke, man. He was like, just chill out. Now, one thing I do want to kind of highlight, you know, when a person kind of do stuff like that, I'm looking at the old man like, listen, man, he had, I guess depending on how you look at it, man, somebody else fought his battle though.
Yeah.
Yeah. He even knew that guy was an undercover cop.
He didn't know that.
Yeah,
like that song
Ruben
started, you say, God sent an angel. He sent you an angel because if the gun was fake, we don't know if the gun was fake.
We don't know if the gun was fake. That's first. And then you don't even know what this dude was about to do with the gun. And that's why I say I believe the cop, and people might be, you know, once again, condolences to the young man's family. But that's when I start to feel like I think the cop was in the right. There's somebody about to take a life. You don't know if it's fake. You don't know if it's real.
Yeah.
And you can't tell me if you standing over here and somebody pull a gun, if you standing over there and you got a gun, Somebody pull a gun on Q, you can't believe that they just gonna shoot him without shooting you
Yeah.
because you a witness.
And then then also, like you saying, to your point, because I'm trying to be open-minded about this. So to your point, it ain't like dudes are marksmen either. So like I gotta protect everybody. Like the dude in the video, the dude was like, yo, when the cops started shooting, he was like, yo, my daughter's outside, my kid's outside. Yeah. So it ain't like people are marksmen. That's another thing too. For the cop to start shooting kind of wildly like he was shooting, as though nobody else was out there, like,
now that's what
he needs to be retrained.
No. I'm gonna tell you the part that, like you said, the excessiveness was you eliminated the threat. He left. All you had to do was secure the store. You secured the store, so stay inside. What if he went to turn that corner and that dude was waiting for him and popped him in the head?
Exactly.
And he actually was able, and it was a real gun, and he did turn the corner and do it.
That he didn't think about that. Like, and we know we saying all this stuff now, and there's hindsight is 2020. Like, we know that, but like we're just giving like different scenarios because in a situation like that, something can change that fast. But my question for y'all is, let's say that white guy wasn't a cop. Do you think that the outcome of no charges being brought against him would have been the same thing? Same white guy. I don't even want to use a white guy because he probably would have got off with it too. Let's say exchange that white guy for a black man that's not a cop. Do you think charges would have been brought against him then?
No.
I think so. I think so.
I'm gonna tell you why I don't. Because let's say if they even initially would have put him in handcuffs, video evidence would have put it out.
But you don't think they would have said he was excessive?
No.
I think I don't. B, what you think?
I think
because at that point I'm in fear.
Yeah.
For my life. As a police officer, the mental should be different. I have secured the perimeter. I have protected the people. That's it. That's what makes it excessive. If I'm just a regular dude and this dude just drew a gun on you and I don't know what's going to happen to me next, no, I got you on the run. Oh, I'm going to make sure your ass is gone.
But okay, so in the eyes of the law,
I didn't see you throw your gun, but you drew your gun first.
But in the eyes of the law, once he start running and I go out the store, then it looks like
he shot me in the back
as a regular person, right? Yeah. Because you always hear that. That's why I said with the self-defense thing is kind of murky.
It ain't murky. He pulled first.
He put
my life in danger first.
Did he point at you? And then when you went out the store, like you went out there. You get what I'm saying? Like you went out there.
Don't know. No, I went because even if you look at the cop shoot, and he kind of turns the corner. He sees him still running, shoots again. But from the angle, when he dropped the gun, from that angle, he don't know if he dropped the gun. He just sees him kind of, because actually, matter of fact, when he turns the corner, that's when dude stopped and looked. So he don't know if that stop and look is, okay, now I drew.
Now I'm about to plan and
now I'm about to, you know what I'm saying? So if I go pop, and I go to, I don't know if this dude is going to come back. I don't know if I hit him. So when I go to look, if I look and he's doing this, I'm only to assume he's about to put up the gun because I done shot at him.
That's respectful.
In real time. Things happen so fast. But I would say this. This is going back to your question. I feel like if it was someone else that did it, you know what I'm saying, I think they would have deemed it excessive. Only reason why I say that is because you are accountable for each round that come out your chamber. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And so that's why it made me kind of scratch my head because, again, that cop, he was shooting. You know what I'm saying? He didn't realize, like, who was outside or anything right behind him. So it's like, I don't know how, he probably emptied his chamber. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so, if one of his rounds would have hit someone, then we'd be having another conversation. But the other part is, if his rounds hit anything from the gas station, guess who in charge of that? I guess the state, the police department. Mm-hmm. They're gonna have to come up with money for all the damages that he didn't done by releasing, you know what I'm saying, squeezing his trigger. So that's the other part too. Mm-hmm. And I want to go back to the man who pulled a gun out. I know every law is different, but I know for a fact, if you pull your gun out, no matter if you point it, if you pull it out, then whoever in there who has a handgun, you know what I'm saying, and depending on the conversation, that he can say that, hey, listen, I felt like my life was threatened. Like, you should never pull your gun out. You should never do that, ever. You pull that thing out, you might well go ahead and squeeze it, man. You might well, because they're going to charge you about the same now. If he didn't, say for instance, if he didn't got killed, you know what I'm saying, and the cop eliminated the threat, he would have got locked up because he put his gun out.
Yeah.
It ain't no matter if he was going to point it, but once you pull that thing out, man, hey, listen, it's all game right there. And you still going to go to jail.
And that's
for
why
attempted murder.
And that's also too, man, that's why we said, like we said earlier, it's important to know your laws, because things happen so fast that you really kind of don't have time to think a lot of times. Like,
to your point, I just Googled it. Drawing your gun is legally considered using deadly force, even if you do not fire it.
Yeah, like,
wow.
Yeah,
that's new to me.
You may
only pull your gun out if you reasonably believe you. Yeah. Now, this is where I tell you people to get off now. If you reasonably believe you or others are in imminent danger of death or great bodily harm. That's why I said that's how he gonna get off. They may lock him up tonight. Once they see that video and they see that man and pull that gun on him,
yeah,
right here. If you reasonably believe you or others are in imminent danger of death or great bodily harm, and you were not the aggressor. That dude pulled the gun, and he was the aggressor.
I 100%.
I
get all that.
Law. I'm not saying,
no.
You said when he get charged.
I'm saying, like, but the part that gets me is we're speaking civilian world here. Once you go out that door, like, you kind of like going out there looking for it at this point. You're in the store. You're safe. You get what I'm saying?
I'm gonna tell you like this. So
like, you can't. Everybody can't start playing just Superman.
But let's say I get what you're saying. So let's put it in terms of, and this is stuff we don't know because we put it in the civilian world.
Yeah.
If I'm a civilian in the store, I'm not hanging out in the store, right? So me, I'm probably there. I'm a single dad. That means my son's in the car, right?
Mm-hmm.
If this dude done pull a gun in here, he done ran outside with his gun. You damn right I'm chasing that motherfucker down because my son in the goddamn car.
Yeah.
I'm making sure that motherfucker gone, excuse my language.
Yeah.
I'm making sure he done.
Yeah.
Because my son is outside and this dude running with a gun. So yeah, that's not excessive. We don't know, like if we're gonna say civilian world, and that's what it is, mindset, I might even get locked up. They might even charge me. But by this, and then I'm gonna go, my son was outside, and my brain, man, you got kids. You'll black out over your child.
Yeah.
And then Q, you can't tell me if your life is in danger to that degree, you're not gonna make sure the job is done.
Oh yeah, he getting fired up now.
That's what I'm saying.
He getting fired up.
But
I just had to play devil advocate on that.
No, I know what you're saying. But I'm just saying, like, I don't see how they charge you. And then even if they do, and you go to try, you getting off. Yeah,
because I'm gonna tell you, I'm gonna be real. Like, I know everything I just said, but y'all can scratch that. If I'm in that same situation, like they always say, I'd rather be judged by 12 than carried by 6. He fired up. I'm sorry. But that leads me to a bigger point. Man, I went in the comments. Anytime I see a video like that, I like to go in the comments and kind of like check the temperature, see what people thinking. And this is a little wordy, but one of the best comments that I saw was, I'm gonna say this. The lady said, I'm gonna say this, and I don't want opinions back. I'm stating what nobody else wants to say out loud. At some point, black men have to start recognizing the patterns and removing themselves from situations and environments that constantly end in tragedy. These convenience stores and spots where drama, drugs, gangs, weapons, and chaos keep circulating have been a problem for years, and we keep acting shocked every time another life is lost. If you legally carry for self-defense, that's one thing, but pulling out a gun to threaten, she said a bunch of other stuff in that part. But the other part is accountability has to exist on all sides. Yes, people should absolutely be held accountable for wrongful actions, abuse of force, and unjust killings, but we also have to start addressing behavior, environments, decision-making, and the cycles that keep putting our people in these situations over and over again. So when I read that comment, man, it kind of led me to, like I said, it led me to a deeper point, and I'm thinking about it. I'm like, yo, why is it, and I know you have these people that love to say black on black crime is a made up thing. That's a word that they just started putting out. But I could use my neighborhood where I'm from to say this. I don't know too many Caucasian people that have been taken by gun violence, by homicide. Now, they've done the suicide thing, but I don't know too many Caucasian or other races that have been taken by gun violence like our black people. So at the end of the day, what the lady said when she said that, I'm like, we have this thing where this stuff is glorified, but she made a very valid point, man. At a certain point, we have to start judging these people. Like, for one, bro, go to the store, get what you got to get. Why are you even pulling out a gun at a convenience store like that in that open area? My thing is this: if you had an issue with the guy, just keep it at that. You didn't have to pull out that gun. Fake or real, you didn't have to pull out the gun. But as black men, young black males, older black males, if you're older, at what point do the street things stop? And if you're younger, can we start training these people to not even be in the streets? Like, it's a problem because we don't really speak about it like until something happens. But man, this is, it's really out of hand, bro. It's really out of hand at this point, man.
Yeah, I agree though. You know, for one, you know, for the longest I ain't never really carried a gun. For the longest. And it's crazy because you know, I've been in the military and that's all we had to do. We had to carry our weapons on us. But when I got, you know, it's a little difference when you're in the, you know what I'm saying, in uniform versus on the civilian world.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of things you just don't know what people mental is, so you don't know none of that. But for the longest I didn't own a weapon, all because I knew I had like a temper, you know what I'm saying, anger issue, you know what I'm saying? And I think when it comes down to owning a weapon, I believe people really do have to have self-awareness, and also, you know, have a level of mental intelligence. You know what I'm saying? Well, not mental intelligence, but
Emotional intelligence.
emotional intelligence. That's the word. Because, you know, anything could happen, and I think as you kind of, you know, in the civilian world, taking some of the classes, the CWP class, the number one thing for civilians is to not eliminate the threat, but to de-escalate. A lot of people don't have de-escalating skills, you know what I'm saying? And, you know, nowadays you really do have to carry, you know what I'm saying? But our job, if you're gonna carry, man, listen, you can't be, that individual was looking for something, you know what I'm saying? He was looking to start trouble and stuff like that. And there's a reason why the cop, you know what I'm saying, got off, you know what I mean? Because the young man was looking for something. You can't, you know what I'm saying? And it's something about, you know, people when they get a gun on their side, they feel like a sense of invincibility. You know what I'm saying? They feel like they're invincible.
I agree.
You know, invincible. So it's like, you know, that weapon ain't for you to go out there and start trouble, like the young lady said. But it's really just to protect yourself and protect others too as well, man, if you're in a certain situation. But I think a lot of young men and older men who carry guns, they carry it for the sense of, you know what I'm saying, making them feel like they bad or something like that. And nobody ain't gonna mess with me.
And man, I'm like, I love everything you just said, man. And I'm gonna tell you a crazy truth, man. And it's almost embarrassing to say this. When we buy guns, bro, as black males, very rarely do we ever think that if we have to use that gun, that victim will be any other color besides the color that we are.
Right.
Like that's the real
right
sad
there,
truth, bro. When I bought my gun, I first off, I prayed that I never had to use it to defend myself or my loved ones. I never bought a gun with the intent of having to use it for any violence. But when I sat down and I thought of the things situations that could go wrong, bro, my first thought, and this is horrible, that the person that I would have to use it on would be my same complexion, bro. And that's the sad part. That's really tragic, dog. That's tragic, man.
There was an incident that happened. My son gets really scared. So somebody came to the Ring camera, and we ain't know who it was. We ain't got no security system, no nothing. So my son, somebody's at the door. So instantly in my mind, I'm like, don't nobody know I live here. This can't be, ain't nobody coming to the wrong house. Ain't no car outside. Ain't nobody at my house. So I'm like, shoot, it must be. And I know what this world is.
Right.
And usually I sleep with my gun inside the dresser. Boy, I slept with that thing under my pillow for about a week. Like somebody come in here, they gonna limp out. And the only thing that you could think of sometimes is, like you said, to your point, we don't think white people about to bust in the door at our house. You don't think no white person about to come kick your door in to steal your shit. You know what I'm saying? Like you always think is, oh man, these dudes out here, man, these young kids or whatever. Shoot, they had a dude got his door kicked in last week in Florence or something like that. And got killed in like his living room or something like that.
Oh yeah.
That's
that
crazy,
situation
bro.
might be a little different.
No, that situation was something else.
But he got off though.
Yeah, he did.
He got off though.
Yeah, because they came in his house.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Man, but when you to our point, man, when you really think about it,
And as wrong as it may be, if anybody really thinks about it, when you are like, you're not thinking, yo, I'm gonna have to shoot somebody from the Klan.
nah, you
know
thinking
what I'm
about
saying?
us.
You thinking about us. You thinking about us.
It's sad, bro.
Yeah, you thinking
You
about us.
really thinking about us. Like,
Well,
so.
yeah, you're
go
right.
ahead.
Well, I get ready to say the same thing. I think me and Scoot was talking about this. He sent a video to my phone, and I think we was talking about it, how I would react. So what it was a bunch of black guys sitting on a stoop.
Oh yeah.
And they were just kind of walking by. You know, well, another guy that was black who was walking by, but he had to put this persona on his head when he kind of walking by. And then when he was walking by some of the guys, I guess it was a video showing how black people see other black men. And basically, you know, he could hear, well, I guess the commentary was telling the thoughts of the men that was sitting in the stoop. It was like, he was looking at him, the young man, up and down. He was like, he don't look like he carrying nothing. Or that nigga say something, man, I'm gonna pull out, I'm gonna pull on him, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And like some of the thoughts that black men have by just another black man walking by, yo. And it put this intimidation thing on the front, and he was like, "Wow, man!" And that's a real thing though. Like I don't and listen, I say black people feel this way about black people is because we understand each other. We, you know what I'm saying, in a sense, and we know what's kind of going on just by some of the stuff that we hear from other people, what we see on TV. You know what I'm saying? But I'm imagining. I feel like you don't think white men feel that way about other white men, like
Nah, bro.
You don't think so?
I don't feel like that. I feel like
I think they probably do though. They just probably, you know, we ain't in their world.
nah, bro. I feel like when most people, like in this, bro, it's really sad to say, but I feel like when most people buy a gun, bro, they're thinking of us as the person that they would have to use it on.
Yeah,
Bro, because when you think like, and I know they love to try to do political. I'm not being political. I'm talking about what we see, what I see in my community. I ain't talking about what goes on in nobody else neighbor. I'm talking about what I see in my own community. Bro, we are our worst enemies, bro. Like when a white person get a gun, they're probably thinking, I'm gonna have to, excuse my language when I say this, I'm gonna have to kill one of these niggers. That's probably what they're thinking, bro. That's probably what they're because think about it. White people, they might get drunk, they might fight. And what we're not gonna do is act like other races don't do crime because they do. That's not what we're saying. But I'm speaking on my people, what I know about my people. They're probably thinking the same thing. Now, it's a bigger thought because if we think that about each other, imagine what the world thinks about us. Like, bro, you got to really think, man. If you live in an affluent neighborhood and you're black, right? This is sad, but you see a car full of young black males. I'm not gonna call them YNs. I'm not gonna address them like that. Young black males. The first thing you thinking, especially if it's a car you've never seen, let's say they got the dreads, they got the ski mask on. What are you thinking in your head? What's your thought if you see that in your affluent neighborhood? Like, what's your real thoughts?
If I say this, if them young men ain't nothing up to no good, but I would say this: if I was around their age, I'd probably been terrified. But you know, I'm a little older. I'm like, now, you know what I'm saying? I ain't really a threat to these young men. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
But if I was around that age, I think I feel like I'm about to. I don't know. I probably have anxiety because they don't know what's gonna happen. I don't know if they're gonna draw out on me, especially if they, you know what I'm saying, they're driving by. But I would say this, in this climate that we're in now, and I'm kind of twisted, in this climate that we living in now, you know, with the politician, the president that we have, how, you know, the MAGA, you know what I'm saying, coat, like you wouldn't feel that way if you see a bunch of white boys in a truck
I'm gonna be real. The most I think about them is they probably about to throw a bottle out, something like that.
Oh, come on, kid.
Bro, I'm just being
Hey,
real.
bro,
Hey, I'm just being
people,
honest.
Hey, listen, they had a couple situations. I remember 2 years ago they had something. Maybe a year ago, they probably 2 years ago they had something that happened in Hunterville, North Carolina, where they found a truck driver hung from a tree.
Yeah, like I'm saying, like, bro, they do that, but overwhelmingly speaking, bro, it's not the things that we see.
I don't feel safe around a bunch of white people. I'm gonna tell you that right now.
I don't. I feel like they'll try to pull their move too, but overwhelmingly, I can speak for where I'm from. I don't know too many white people that have died from homicide, gun violence, the same way that we do with our own people at an alarming rate. Just in dealing in this year alone, we probably have seen 5 to 6 homicides. That's not even shootings that people didn't die. And I know people probably like, well, that ain't a big number. That's a low number. It's probably a lot of stuff that I don't know about. Right, but at the end of the day, this stuff is happening in our own communities.
Think about like 300,000 probably across the nation. Homicide.
And this is month 5. We still have 7 months left in this year. Well, 6.5 left in this year. Like, so my thing is, we see the problem. What can be done to kind of eradicate the problem? Like, where does the solution come in? Because I'm never one of those people that just want to speak on a problem all the time, but never come with a solution. Like, in your mind, in y'all mind, what do y'all think part of the solution could be?
And we need more dads in the house.
Okay.
We need more father figures, man. I think that's a big one of the biggest things that kind of got us to our to the place where we at now as a whole. You know what I'm saying, in different communities. A lot of these communities, like I think we talked about it last 2 weeks ago, but, you know, just to bring it back up, the majority of people that's locked up right now came from single parent homes.
Mm-hmm.
Like, and so when you look at them statistics, the only one thing that just missing, like a man in the household.
And I agree with you, bro.
I'm gonna say healthy, you know what I'm saying? Healthy man. When I say healthy mentally, you know what I'm saying? Because sometimes, you know, as a man, even as a father myself, just speaking on some stuff concerning myself, man, sometimes I can take certain things out on my kids just based off of how I feel from work, or when things ain't going right, or bills, you know what I'm saying, certain things that feel like it's on my back, you know, financial wise. And sometimes, you know, that energy sometimes go into the family if I don't check it or my wife don't say something. So I have to be conscious of that, you know what I'm saying, as well. You know, a lot of stuff, man. Like for instance, that video, man, that man, you can tell, man, like he has some type of mental thing going on with him, man, for him to even feel the way, I don't know, maybe he caught his old lady cheating or something. I don't know. You know?
I think, to your point, man, I think one of the biggest, also, like you said, about the dads, I think one of the biggest things too is, and we talk about this a lot, man. I don't know how much people actually pay any attention, but we talk about this a lot. Emotional intelligence. Like, that is something that cannot be understated. Like, to have the wherewithal to say, because part of emotional intelligence lets you check your ego. Mm-hmm. And I think a lot of times in our communities and in our neighborhoods, ego and emotional intelligence, those are things that we need to heavily work on. Because I'm gonna give you a brief synopsis of a story. One day I'm playing basketball somewhere, and while I'm playing basketball, I'm doing pretty good against the guy. His homeboy says, "Oh man, he's killing you." I didn't say anything. I'm not from around the place where I was playing at. I didn't say anything. The guy says, "Man, he ain't know nothing. He ain't know nothing." He's getting overly aggressive. So me, my pride, my ego, I started chirping a little bit. Like, you ain't about to talk to me crazy. Like, you ain't about to play me like that. So the dude said, "Oh, we could really take it there. Don't make me go to the car." I said, "Bro, we could go any way you want to go with it." I said, "I don't care." So in my mind, I'm thinking like, okay, he got to go to the car to get his. I got mine with me. Like, my little cousin got a bag. It's in the bag. But when I got in my, like, it never got to that point. Because I ended up quitting because I had a real thought process. I would call that a God moment where God saved me from myself. Like, yo, just quit the game, bro, and leave. It ain't that deep. You look at small things like that, and without emotional intelligence, without checking your ego, something that simple gets to be this large thing. Because if it goes to the worst, I do something to him or he do something to me, my little cousin is there, our family suffers behind that, our community suffers behind that. And it's those small things. Like, can we get to the point of the emotional intelligence to not even get to that point? To keep it as basketball?
Man, well, you know, when it comes down to sports or competing, people tend to get a little rowdy a little bit, you know what I'm saying? But when it gets to the point where you can't control your emotion, man, that's when it become a problem. And I often tell my young kids, even doing mentor, even my nephews, like I tell them, it don't, like something my granddad always tell me, man, it only, God gave you a brain so you can think. It only take a few seconds, maybe 1 second, just to think things through, you know what I'm saying? Before you even do anything. Take a moment like you had, you know what I'm saying? Even after y'all was doing all that chirping, you know what I'm saying? You still, okay, you thought about it and you see where it was going, and you was like, you know what? I might well just go ahead and quit. And you know what? That ain't no coward move though. You know what I'm saying?
But see, man,
that's nothing coward about that.
It's not, but to be young and have to check yourself like that, like, bro, it make you feel like it's the ego thing and the emotional intelligence, or the lack thereof. It make you feel like, bro, I'm really being soft right now by even leaving. And me personally, bro, I wasn't raised like that. I wasn't. Right. I was raised as a warrior, bro. You don't turn down nothing. Like, if that's the way it's got to go that way. But because of growth and because of God, like, really just speaking to me in that moment, man, I
thought about something.
I pulled away, and I know I got my little cousin. I never want to put him in a bad predicament, but bro, in our culture, in our mind, bro, I was a chump for walking away that day. I should have let it go whatever way that it went, but those are the things that we have to work on. Those are the things that we have to get past, like, because that situation elevated to where it could have elevated to, it does nobody no good.
Q, you made me thought about, because I said this earlier, probably 20 minutes ago, talking about de-escalating. You know, my parents, have they ever taught me how to de-escalate a situation?
Nope, we don't get taught that.
Like, cause only thing I know is you know, my dad always used to say, you go, if somebody messing with you, you tell the teacher, they messing with you again, then you go to their behind. You know what I'm saying? We was always taught to defend ourselves in certain situations, but we ain't never was taught to de-escalate certain things.
We never been taught that.
And in our culture, de-escalating is considered being a coward. Man, I just thought about that, man. I ain't never really been taught to de-escalate anything.
When you say that though, that holds a lot of weight.
It does.
That holds a lot of weight, because if everybody's being taught the same way of go to whatever point it goes to,
right? You got to defend yourself, and I'm gonna come out on top.
Right. It's a dog eat dog world. This is why we're at this point now, because nobody knows how to defuse a situation, and nobody knows how to have emotional intelligence and check themselves, check that ego to say, bro, if I walk away, I'm doing the best thing for both of us. Right now, in that situation, bro, this is who I thought for. I thought for myself, for my family, for him, for his family, because if it goes to that point, it's a lot of people besides just me and him that has to feel this thing right here. So we got to get to a point where we teaching young men it's okay to walk away from it.
It is.
Because that split second, another thing, split second decisions. We don't think about it while we're doing it. We got to try to program ourselves to start thinking in smaller increments. We think big picture all the time. No, think small time real quick. Just bring your thinking in. If I do, and you got to do it quick. If it goes to this point, if I do this right now, what goes on? Who does this hurt? Because I seen a story the other day where it was some guys on trial for Fulio, the rapper. They were on trial for murder.
Yeah.
So everybody got convicted. They were looking at giving them the death sentence. They had somebody stand up in court and say, because he's young and able-bodied, we don't want to give him the death sentence. We think he'll be good for prison work because our prison population is their agent, so he'll be good for work.
Yeah,
that was a former warden.
yeah, that was former warden.
Former warden who said that?
Yeah.
Oh wow, I didn't even know that.
Yeah, he was like an expert in that, because they was gonna give him the death penalty, and they talked to a former warden, and he testified on. I was like,
That's crazy, ain't it?
When I saw that,
but hey, here's the thing though, if I'm Julio, I'm like, I'll take it.
yeah, if you're the guy, of course you're gonna take it. But
Because it's either the death penalty or this. I'd rather do this. But if you're looking at the mindset of the judicial system, not the judicial system,
don't know,
the
man.
penitentiary system is set up for guys to go in there and they get free labor.
But and see, that's
Because
the
they
thing.
don't get paid much for the labor they do.
No, I know a guy went to prison. He said I think he was making 42 cents a day. But that even goes to our point. We don't think about this stuff when we're making these decisions. When you're making that split-second decision where you fly off the deep end, because the guy that we're talking about was very apologetic. When they let him address the court, he was very apologetic. You know, he brought God into it. You know, he might have just been saying some stuff. But bro,
he probably meant that.
But why couldn't that thought process occur before you did your action?
When you around them kids' age, you know what I'm saying? And they say that young man right there, he went to a private school, and the
real?
light-skinned young man.
Oh yeah, I didn't even know
So
that.
he went to a private school, you know what I'm saying? He stayed in a good community.
Wow.
You know what I mean? And he just got caught up with some guys that enhance some of them thoughts patterns they was having. Probably some of the things he wasn't even thinking about, trying to fit in.
Because I did see a guy that said he went to school with him. He was like, yo, during school, he wasn't this.
Right.
He was a nice, easygoing kid, but back to your point, spin it back to your point, that's why emotionally stable fathers are very needed at home. Because when you get grown, you're going to make your decisions anyway. You're going to do that. But hopefully you can instill enough in your young men when they're young that they won't take that route. Because
how come females, our black females, I mean, they crash out, but they don't be crashing out like men do.
they don't have testosterone. That's that simple, bro. And I'm gonna use a phrase that's kind of frowned upon. Drop your nuts. When something goes on, it's a pissing contest. Like, who nuts bigger? Like, are you gonna do something or am I gonna do something? Like, so women don't have that problem.
And I'm be real, sometimes it ain't even, like, it might not even be whose nuts are big at the moment. It's just I feel threatened at what you might do.
Yeah, it's just like we said about the car pulling up to your affluent neighborhood. Yeah, I can feel threatened by you.
How I feel threatened by you, it might cause me, like you said, before we started recording, you was like, hey, the man said piss on yourself before you shoot him because you feel like you're in danger.
I was scared.
You could prove that because you were scared. Sometimes you're just that, it's me or them.
I'm gonna tell you,
And
though,
it ain't gonna be me.
the rules. When you was talking about self-defense, man, I was just thinking about that young man. You remember the young man that played sports? I think it was at a track field and
Carmelo Anthony do?
Yeah, Carmelo Anthony do, and I think I don't know, he ended up killing.
Oh
He
yeah,
stabbed the guy.
He stabbed the guy because he felt like, I don't know if he was picking or he felt threatened or.
Yeah, he said the storyline was it was raining outside and Carmelo Anthony ended up under those white guys' tent and they were like, get from under here or something like that. And he was like, no, I'm not moving or something like that. But they said some more stuff. Of course, somehow or
They
another,
ended up
every
giving
time
him time though. Like,
Yeah,
when it's white people, they find other parts of the story because they said some more stuff came out afterwards that it didn't have to go to that extent. That's what they said. I wasn't there now. I don't know.
Okay, so it says, at a Frisco ICD track meet, confrontation broke out between the two teams, according to the police. Metcalf asked Anthony to move away from their team tent, which led into a physical altercation where Anthony fatally stabbed Metcalf in the chest. Anthony and his defense have stated that stabbing occurred in self-defense after Metcalf grabbed him. Legal status, trial preparations, school outcome. Anthony was permitted to graduate and earn his high school diploma, but the Frisco Independent School District prohibited him from walking at graduation.
Did he get off?
If I'm not mistaken, I could be wrong, but they did say some charges.
Nah,
were being
the
brought
trial.
against him.
No, the trial scheduled to begin June 2026.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
And Anthony faces a potential sentence of 5 to 99 years, or life in prison if convicted.
Because it's back to that thing. Could you have walked away? And that's what they always base a lot of decisions on. Could you? Because they say when you can walk away. I don't know if they considered like getting, which is kind of dumb, but I don't know if they consider like getting beat up as a means to just go and stab somebody. I think it's crazy. Unless it's a one-on-one fight. Now, if he was getting jumped, that's different. But if it was a one-on-one fight,
I thought he was getting jumped.
I don't know if they're gonna say like that, like, oh, you should have, bro, just take your beating and maybe go to the law. I guess that's what they're thinking. That's not how we were raised, but I guess that's what they're thinking in that matter.
Yeah. That's what I was saying, going back to, you said I was telling him, man, like we wouldn't never taught to de-escalate anything. Like in the black community, talking about de-escalating. Nah.
You a chump if you did escalate.
Like, I think
You wouldn't teach your son to de-escalate saying somebody bullying him.
I ain't gonna lie to you. I'm gonna tell you what I tell my son.
Go ahead.
Beat his ass. And that might be wrong, but I think
That's a cultural thing?
no. I think it depends on how you grew up too.
It's layers to that. It's definitely layers to that.
Because like now, bullying is so prominent. It's not prominent. Put it like this: what they call bullying today, it wasn't bullying. It wasn't called bullying back then.
It's called roasting.
It's called roasting.
Yeah, like you getting joked on, like, and we're gonna say, and just in that vein, we're gonna be like, you better come up with some jokes, say something back.
Yeah, but you got to defend yourself. And I tell my son, I tell my sons this all the time. And I'm gonna tell you what's funny. 3 daughters, in college, never once had this conversation with my daughters.
Back to B. That's back to B point. Like, why?
My sons,
That's crazy.
my sons. Oh, defend yourself, son.
Yeah.
I said, you ain't got to start it. I said, but you better finish it. I said, I don't care if you get your behind beat. Stand up for yourself. Because I don't even say, and I say don't be the aggressor. I said, but don't let nobody put their hands on you.
Right.
I said, anybody talk to you, you talk back. Whatever it is, you defend yourself. You ain't got to be the person that starts it. I said, tell the teacher if you need to. If it don't work on that route, then you defend yourself.
Yeah, that same thing my daddy told me, man.
Yeah.
Like, you tell the teacher first. If they still keep doing it, hey.
Then you defend
Like,
yourself.
and I agree with y'all. Like, I'm hard body like that. Like, I agree. Like, you should do that. But is it? And it's this generation. I'm gonna speak on this generation.
Okay, yeah.
It's a lot more different now. Like, are we doing them a disservice by telling them that? And I'm not saying nobody's wrong, but are we doing a disservice by telling them that? Because
I'm gonna tell you why
we don't
not.
know how to back down either.
No, but I'm gonna tell you why not. Because a lot of times, especially in the formative years, you're talking about middle school years.
Mm-hmm.
I would say those are the most formative to a kid's psyche and where they fall in the pecking order of society.
Mm-hmm.
That's when it's either, am I gonna stand up for myself and be the person that stands up for themselves so people don't mess with me no more from now until I graduate high school? Or I'm gonna be the person that everybody could pick on and I'm the butt of everybody's joke from now until I end up finishing high school. And then when I go to college, now I gotta try to reinvent myself because I never stood up for myself 6th grade.
I agree with that. I definitely agree with that.
And I think what it does at that point is it teaches my child, or teaches our kids, what's the one thing your parents told you forever? You already got a strike against you because you're black.
Right.
And you got another strike because you're a man.
Mm-hmm.
Well, if that's the case, if we don't teach our black young men to stand up for themselves, if you stand for nothing, you fall for anything. And if I don't teach my son to stand up for himself, all 3 of them, they're not going to be able to stand up for themselves when they get our age. You guys
Hold on. Wait a minute. I'm sorry. How many kids you got?
I got 6. I got 3 girls, 3 boys.
Okay. Well, you was a busy man.
No.
All right.
We will have, you got to go listen to my podcast for the story. But,
Okay, I got you.
But no, what I mean, but in that sense, is because I see it in schools.
Mm-hmm.
You know, the kids don't mess with. One, off of the status they have, but 2, when they were younger, the kids weren't no punks. You couldn't joke them; they'll joke you right back. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't no run away or, go this, go that. Nah, stand up for yourself. Even if your jokes is corny, say something.
Yeah.
Because even like y'all can stand here tall and be like, yeah, if somebody pulls a gun on me, I'm ready to throw down. I'm ready to do whatever. B can say, yo, I'm ready to throw down. I'm ready for whatever for my kids. You know what I'm saying? Because of the fact that somebody told us, yo, stand up for yourself. If you get beat up, shit, you ain't got to go back. But at least throw them up.
And see, I'm gonna be real one. The way and this come from my mama. You can't even lose. If you lose, don't even, man. If you lose, don't even come home, and definitely don't be around your brother and sister or your cousin them.
Oh yeah, they
and lose.
Oh no, they gonna clown you. I mean, but that's what it's. But
oh no, we definitely about to jump you.
That's a part. Like to me, that was a part of like me coming up. I was always small, and so there was a lot of times I was the aggressor because I just was like, you know what, anybody call me no punk. I'm small, and I know I might lose this fight, but I'm gonna get one.
And yo, I've always like crazy part.
One good one.
I've always respected those people like who couldn't fight but will fight in the minute. I always respected those people. I'm not saying you couldn't fight, but just like
I couldn't. I ain't lying. I ain't about to lie to you.
Like we got people in the hood like, yo, we know they probably about to lose, but if you say you want to do it, they're taking off that book bag, they taking off that coat, and they about to go at it. I always respected those people, man. I'm telling you.
I tell people I've lost more fights than I've won. But I ain't never backed down from nobody, and I never lost anybody's respect.
Right. And I was always respect people like that.
You may not like me, but you will respect me. And that's it. And that's how I carry myself now as an adult.
So you willing to die about your respect?
About my respect? Not death.
Yo, crazy part.
When you was younger, you probably would.
When I was younger, different mindset.
Yeah.
I just never was in the mindset. I was never in the mindset of to die over anything. There's only one thing I'll die over.
That's your kids.
My kids.
Respectful.
And it's just, and my mom, my dad.
Yeah, most definitely.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, close loved ones.
Yeah, the ones that are there, but my kids more than anything else. Somebody said, you never know real love until you have a kid. That kid love you no matter what you do. I'm talking about as a baby. Kid coming up. Sometimes you just do little stuff. When you got a kid, they're like 2 years old, and you do some stuff, they think you Superman. Kid loves you. You ain't never gonna experience love like that again. So that's the only thing I'm gonna die for. My respect. If you don't respect me, I ain't about to fight you because you don't respect me.
All right, B, you'll die about your respect when you was younger.
Yeah, when I was younger,
I fight for it.
I probably would. I was willing to go as far as wherever it was gonna take me. So, with that being said, reason why I'm saying that for myself because I know I don't mess with nobody, I don't disrespect nobody. You know what I'm saying? I show people respect. And the reason why I show people respect, you know what I'm saying, because I expect them to show me respect. You know what I mean? So, especially around that age, in my 20s, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, I probably, and it was times that I didn't kind of got myself in a situation like that. Thank God I didn't end up in anybody losing their life. But truthfully, yeah, you know what I'm saying?
So, okay.
I mean, back then. But now, I got so much to lose.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
but that's why I don't understand these grown men that get into this stuff. Like, you got so much to lose.
Yo, I'm glad you said that, bro. There was a guy the other day online. I don't know if y'all seen it or not. And he was like, he was putting his flag down. Y'all know like gang culture, like.
Yeah.
He said he was putting his flag down. He said, man, I got kids. He said, man, I done did enough. He said, I've been doing it since I was 17. I done did enough in these streets, man. I'm done with it. Yo, again, I go in them videos and I look at the comments. Do y'all not know how many people was actually, young black guys, of course, that was in the comments really like on this dude's head because he did that? I said, and then I watched another interview. Yeah, I don't know if y'all seen the Big Bang interview with Ray Daniels, Parlay, but Ray Daniels was like, the one thing with black males, you don't ever get a chance to change your mind. You don't ever get a chance to say, I don't want to be that no more. When I seen so many people, like if you've been doing it since you was 17, the guy looked like he could be like 30, late 30s, early 40s. Bro, why would you want to continue doing that knowing like, bro, you got kids to live for? Like, so like I never could understand that concept. Like even some guys that I know like 50, 60 years old, like really still like thinking they street and they hard. I'm like, bro, at what point do y'all just be like, all right, bro, we've had like
It's enough.
like yeah.
It's just enough.
Like I don't know, does that ever dawn on people? Like, bro, like the street, you've done it long enough. Like, bro, like
I don't know. I
let's
didn't.
let
I
it go.
didn't. I didn't hear people say. I ain't gonna lie. I didn't hear a lot of people say this, man. Like I ain't never switch up. I ain't never change. You know what I'm saying? This is who I am.
That's not a
But
that's
but
like
but
that's
they
not a
like
flex.
they use that as a flex. Like I ain't never switched up. You know what I'm saying? I'll change.
Okay, let me clarify something.
I think no, but I know you was getting ready to say, but I use the word switch up because you know what I'm saying, I know a lot of people say stuff like that, switching up and stuff like that. But then I hear the young people say that, but the older people say, you know, I'm still the same. Ain't nothing about me change. You know what I'm saying? So it's like that mindset right there let you know like they ain't try to evolve. You know, I mean, some
Right.
parts of you ain't gonna change though. I mean, no, some stuff just not gonna change concerning you. You know what I'm saying? Especially the older you get, you kind of get set in your ways with certain things, your thought patterns. But I always feel like, you know, individuals should remain a little bit more flexible, a little bit, and be open-minded. Don't put yourself in a box. You know what I'm saying? And also, I don't know, with these young guys, I get it though. Peer pressure is a real thing. You got grown-ups that deal with peer pressure, and some of them just feel like, you know, you know what I'm saying, they ain't gonna change. You know what I mean? They ain't gonna switch up. Same thing with the young guys, man. Young guys really feel like they ain't, you know, they deal with a lot of peer pressure.
They
You know
do.
what I'm saying? I ain't really
They do.
realized you got peer pressure on the internet, you got peer pressure, you know, at school. You know, one of the things my daughter do is this little picture thing like this right here, man. My wife hate it like this right here. Like me taking pictures. I don't know if you see them little girls be doing that.
Yeah.
You know?
That pose,
I'm like,
yeah.
bro, like, you know, I mean, you don't realize how these kids how trends come out and they kind of follow all the trends.
Right.
It's just so easy.
Like even with us, like I'm sure we did things that our parents looked at and was like,
I
man,
had
that's very
fronts,
cringe.
I had a
But,
Jesus piece earrings.
Right. But so to your point of switching up, I'm gonna tell you right now, it's not a flex to say you ain't change up. Cause switching up, man, I don't even know the verbiage on that, but I will say this. As you evolve and as you get older and as you grow, there should be some things that break away from you. There should be some things that you break away from. If you're having the same thought process and the same things when you're 40 years old that you were having when you were 20, you have mental retardation in some area of your life. And I know we don't like to use that word. It's real, bro. I know we don't like to use that word, and that word is frowned upon. But you have a mental retardation in some point of your life.
What the definition of that?
I don't know, but there is no way possible that you should be 40 years old and still thinking and doing things that you were doing when you were 20. That's not a flex. At some point, there has to be a maturity that comes along and say, hey, the way I did it, the way I thought, the way I went about things at that age wasn't right. Because most men that you hear that's older, that's actually went through the changes of growing and getting better within self, they'll tell you, bro, when I was 20-something years old, I was really ready to take it about anything, but I have a lot to lose.
Let's analyze what you just said. Somebody who really did it, who really lived it, at 50 goes, yo, back in the day, but now I'm calm, I'm this, I got stuff to lose, blah, blah, blah. I always say that people that be on this stuff, 40, 50 years old, they didn't live in their 20s, in their 17. And like people that, I'm 40, 50, and I'm still out in the streets trying to get a girl, trying to play all these girls, trying to cheat, this, that, and the third. That means you ain't get girls in high school.
Yeah, corny.
I've been getting girls all my life. So what you doing now? You going to the club now? I've been in the club.
Corny, bro.
You at the club 45, 50. What is in there for you? No, because you ain't never lived.
Word. And these dudes be like, when they doing it, bro, they think people be looking at them like,
You think so though?
bro, you look
I
corny.
don't know, Yusef.
No, listen. Think about this.
I'm
Okay,
thinking
let me
about
ask you a question. The money you got now, was it the same money you had in your 20s, early 20s?
No.
What I'm saying is, all right, prime example, and I take myself like this. I'm clubbed out. If I gotta wait on the line, if I got a whatever, then I get in there, drinks is expensive, all that, I'm clubbed out. But I've been clubbing since I was 16.
Right.
I had money.
Hey, hold on. Funny thing about the clubbing.
I was going.
Somebody said they to the age now, if they got to look for a parking spot too hard, they go.
I'm going home.
If they got to look for a parking spot, they going
That's
home.
a real thing,
And
though.
then
That's a sign.
And then I used to work with DJ Blaze.
Oh, yeah.
Man, shoot, I was on stage, backstage with artists.
Yeah.
Like, what is it that what am I really going for? Now, I've lived that. A lot of those dudes either A, are stuck in that or didn't live it, and now they actually have the money to do it. So now they're burning the money that they would have burnt then, trying to flex what they wanted to do then, but they couldn't do. Because a lot of people that do it couldn't do it when they were younger.
Yeah. I can understand that, though.
They couldn't do it when they were younger.
But look at people like Joe Budden, man, like that in a relationship and he go to strip clubs
But you
every night.
But you talking about dudes that his woman ain't gonna leave anyway because of the amount of money he got in his pocket.
I'm talking about the mindset.
But you talking.
But he's a
oranges.
cornball. Like he's always.
He's
like Drake. Drake ain't never. Drake gonna still be the same. Drake around my age.
You know why? Because really and truly, Drake out. Like, bro.
But look what you say. Look what you say. Joe Budden, he doing this now, right?
Yeah.
Drake been a star since he was a kid on TV.
Yeah, since he was a kid on TV.
He been living this.
Anyway, I'm saying he been living his life. You don't think that? Listen, he's around the age I am. You don't think he just want to chill a little bit?
But
he been doing that for a long time.
But his lifestyle is different than yours.
I know it is.
He get paid to be. If he had a club,
rich.
If he had a club, they're paying him to be there. He's not just going out. He's not just chilling. It's we need you to come to the club so we can say Drake is at the club. Right, so they bring more people.
So like when we got to pull back from the celebrities.
I'm talking about the mindset now.
The mindset
of a celebrity. About money and now.
The mindset of Drake. Somebody like Drake, like he said, he gonna be getting paid, and then Drake. Like some people get a thrill out of that. Like me personally, I feel like when you get a certain age, bro, like, and I understand what you're saying. Like they never did it. Like, but bro, at a certain age, like, bro, like Shaq and them boys corny.
I'm gonna tell you like this. And my grandmother used to have this saying: "You're trying to apply logic to an illogical situation."
That's true.
That's true. Yeah.
You're right.
You can't apply logic to illogical people.
Because I'm gonna tell you the same way those old
these the same people that live check to check, most of them, or can spend the money and get it right back, but they don't have no savings. If they were to die today, they ain't got no assets.
Can y'all do a chicken sale, a fish sale to put so and so in the ground?
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Somebody died, now all of a sudden we got to chip in.
Yeah.
They ain't got no life insurance policy. You know what I'm saying? You talking about people, no savings account, no IRAs, no 401ks, no nothing. You know what I'm saying? And at the end of the day, they ain't got nothing. So when you talking about these people that are doing this at 50, it's because they have lost touch with the reality of where they are.
That's true, bro. And I'm gonna tell you,
Jay-Z got a song "Forever Young."
Yeah, Forever Young.
Some people just really don't want to get older, man.
But even in that song, Jay-Z even is speaking to the fact of, I have this youthful mindset, but I'm smart and I'm mature, even though I want to stay forever young.
And then he just said in an interview the other day that he did, this is a young man's game.
Yeah.
If you're rapping and you're trying to sound like them, like, bro, you're gonna like.
Yeah.
It's like this. Okay, they look at me at 30 years old. It's the young folks look at me like, oh, he's a cornball. And I respect it because I'm out of there. I don't do none of the stuff that they do. Yeah. But I'm looking at 50-year-olds that's trying to be what the young 20-something-year-olds. And I'm like, bro, they're cornballs. But they're looking at it as like, yo, they in the club looking up to me. No, we're not. We're looking at you like, we're looking at you like, bro, you are corny and you should be home. We're not looking up to you.
Yeah, nobody is looking at you saying
but I guarantee you, if you ask most of these people, like real life, their ego tells them like, yo, I'm really something.
I'm about to make a soundbite out of this because basically, I know some old heads right now that always be talking about they getting lit. It just ain't that ain't it, boy. Like you in your 40s, 50s, you talking about I'm getting lit. I know women who be like, yeah, man, I get lit every weekend. and you know what I'm saying, and you know you older than me. You know what I mean? Getting lit. I don't know what that mindset is.
Man, go home, get your hookah, get you something to drink, do it on your back patio.
Right.
Like, come on,
But
bro.
no, you're
Because
talking about some people who don't have a back patio, bro.
They go to the backyard, go somewhere. Like, do it at your house.
Right.
Do it at your house.
You talking about people that don't have a back patio, bro?
That is right.
They ain't got no backyard,
Man,
bro. They live in an apartment, dog.
I don't, man, open the window or
They ain't
something,
got-
man.
no, I'm
Smoke your
just-
hookah at home, dog.
No, but that's the mindset you're dealing with because they have not accrued anything that requires the maturity that's needed.
I think it's deeper. I think this right here. This I ain't gonna lie. What we at the time?
We are way over time.
Oh, we're over time. Okay, well.
Y'all, we sorry about that.
Nah, y'all
This
good.
was- this
Yeah,
was
because I was
pretty
getting ready to say, man.
No, go ahead, finish. You can finish up your statement. You
Yeah,
good.
some people they can't sit home by themselves, man, because some of the thoughts that they generate about themselves, man, sometimes it just be too dark to even sit in that, and so they always gotta be on the go and going and doing something.
I'm gonna tell you. I used to be like that, and I had a conversation with my dad, and when my dad finally came around and started doing right, I was about 17 years old. My dad used to listen to jazz music, have his drink, and read. Now, I didn't really watch television or nothing like that. And he said, he said, man, son, you always on the go, you always go. I said, Daddy, and before I could explain it to him, he says, the silence is loud, isn't it? And I was like, yeah, the silence, that's a great way of putting it. When I'm sitting by myself, it's like really loud. I can't, I gotta be moving. He was like, here's what I want you to do, just one day. Get a book, throw on whatever type of music you want to throw on, read the book, and have a drink. And he said, you'll be amazed at how calm you will come down. So now, just so I get a book, read me about 1, 2 chapters, 3 chapters. I sit in my little den area that I did, sit down, do that, have a drink, whatever it is I'm drinking for that day, and that's it.
Okay,
That's good,
and I think-
boy.
I know we got to go, but I do got a question because I don't know what that means. What does the silence like? What is that like? What does that mean? The silence is too loud and like people running from their thought. Like what that really mean?
Well, so like, to me, when you sitting by yourself, everything negative, because it's just you and your thoughts. And if you ain't watching TV and you're not on social media, that's why people can't sit with themselves. A lot of people can't sit, just sit with you and like do nothing because it gets loud. Like you start thinking, I got this bill to pay. I gotta do this. I gotta do that. Oh my God, this car note's coming up. Or, you know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna have that. Oh my God, my mama's sick. So like everything that you can put, once your mind starts to go, for some people can sit down and be just fine. I'm one of those people where my mind has to be doing something or like it's gonna be, like I can't sleep when the house is quiet. All the lights off, and the house quiet, I can't go to sleep unless the TV's on.
Yeah, that's how I am too. I got to sleep with the TV.
The silence, it's like it almost gives me like a ringing sound in my ear. Just dead silence almost gives me like a ringing sound in my ear, and I can't take it. I just can't take it. And so I have to find things, and rather than find the negative, like go out and do foolishness, my dad said just read a book.
Yeah, just read a book. Yeah.
So now I'm feeding myself something and not just giving something away. You know what I'm saying? And that's how he put it. He said, always be feeding your mind. Because if you don't feed your mind will feed on itself.
I like that. That was dope.
So
Yeah, that
was
so for
dope.
those people that kind of you can't figure it out what to do, just if you want to learn how to do something, just get a book on what it is you're trying to learn to do. And every time you get a chance, even if it's just 20 minutes, 30 minutes, pop on. I love jazz music and Afro beats. So I put on my little Afro beats on my jazz music, and just the flow of it will calm you down, and you could really lock into a book. I go on my den, sit on the couch, little reading light on, and I go to town with the book.
Boy, hey, listen, you explain everything to the T about like kind of what I do. You know what I'm saying? Because sometimes my thoughts do be a little too loud at times. It don't be all the time, but when I do feel like it be too loud, I normally, you know what I'm saying, I go in my little garage, I put some music on, just listen to music, and I, get me my whiskey. You know what I'm saying? Kind of sip, man, and just I probably scroll through social media.
Yeah.
Sometimes my thoughts be a little too loud, man. At times.
Yeah.
That's a real
And-
thing.
Man, this is definitely something we need to get back on.
Because and it's usually as a man, just because we want to protect and provide. And 9 times out of 10, my thoughts are about, it's gonna sound so, am I a good enough father? 9 times out of 10, my thoughts go there.
That's my thoughts too, man. I ain't even gonna lie.
My thoughts
All right,
go,
fellas,
am
hold
I
on.
good
Y'all,
enough?
This another episode.
that is
This another
episode. Yeah.
episode.
My bad.
Because I feel the shift. We definitely got to hit back on this because I want to hear from y'all on this.
Yeah.
Like man, yeah, y'all boys on something, man. Y'all definitely on something, man. B, I kind of did a heavy load of talking, man. What you want to leave off on, man?
Man, just take a second to think. And if you feel like your thoughts will get too little loud, like Yusef said, just grab you a book, man, put on your favorite music, and just chill.
Hey, you heard it, guys. Get you a book. Chill.